And then we'll see if Awa has reps for me. Alright, so the stream should be back now at any time. And I apologize, guys, if I seem a little bit out of it, as I am extremely tired. I've had like 0 sleep in the last 4 or 5 days, between like getting called into work at early times and playing too much StarCraft and not managing my class as well, or times for going to sleep and like getting to classes and the amount of homework I had. So I'm running like on empty. So if I sound a touch loopy or like lose my train of thought, that's why. Alright, let's get these other reps in here and get ready to go. Replays. Desktop. Oh, where'd that go? There it is. Oh, I thought that's what it was. There we go. Alright. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we can go ahead and get started with LRM versus reps. So the first game is going to be on Fighting Spirit. So we go ahead and move on into it now. So it looks like spawning in the bottom left as the brown Protoss, we have Reps DeWalt. That? No. 2 T's, 1 L. And on the right side, as our purple Zerg, we have LRM Pike. That's capital P, right? Yeah. Bam. Alright. First game of LRM versus Reps. Boom. There you go. See the pylon going. Actually, this is interesting. I'm not familiar with this type of wall. Most of the time, the wall I most commonly see here is pylon in here and then forge gate, which you can block with 1 zealot, and you're set to go. So this will be. I'm assuming forge is going to go here, right below gateway, and but that'll leave 2 gaps in this wall. So I'm not sure why you choose this wall. I'd be curious to know why Reps pick this wall versus the more typical wall of just forge gate and the 1 hole. But should have just 2 gaps in it. And from Pike we see the spawning pool is on the way. It looks like it was an overbull hiding a drone up here, so the probe will go ahead and go on past and they can sneak out and make its hatchery. Well planned, well played. Does the probe notice in time to come back? No. We will have no trouble putting that hatchery right down. Drone's being pulled. You need to pull the probe away. Don't lose the probe to drones. Okay, does a nice job. Is able to get that probe out just in time. And don't know. Actually doing the gateway first play. Okay, this makes a little more sense then, I guess. Doing the gateway first play. We're just gonna need to block that off here at some point. especially as these lings start to come off. There's not really an opportunity to pressure with one gate zeals. And now you can push out with 2 zeals. Try to do any sort of pressure. No, but we do see the forges going down. The nexus is started. So he's got 2 zealots here against these 6 lings, which is enough to deal with them, providing he micros well. Doing a nice job there. Lings do not have the concave. Actually, no, he needs to pull that zealot. That zealot takes a surprising amount of damage from those lings. Really, really close to dying. And Pike may opt to be very aggressive against this, although probably not with that nice little wall position off there. And it looks like he's just going to start attacking at the gateway. Going to be really annoying. That gateway's going to lose health really fast. And he's an open that needs to be really careful with these zealots, especially because one is so low on health. Pike is not paying attention. It actually looks like he wants to target fire the gateway down. Not sure if that's the best decision, but there would be obviously some benefits from that. We see the probe actually picking off 1 ling. Probe going into hero mode. Yeah, picking off a ling. Now 3 zealots out, so he should be fine. But that was a very close, totally scary position there for DeWalt. Because had that 1 zealot died, not have looked good for his gateway. We see the 3rd hatch on the way for the Zerg player. And a few lings hopping on around the map. No gas? Okay, no, we've got 1 gas. Okay. And more lings are on the way. 1 cannon has been added. So there should also be a hole in the wall right here. There should be. Maybe it's not. And then this wall is also a super cool wall. Whoa. But I feel like there should be. Okay, so he's got a lot of lings. He's got a lot of lings. But he does not have speed. Where did his gas go? He spent some of his gas on what? Oh, lair. Just didn't make the lair in the main. Okay. Makes the lair in the natural. Really? So that pylon is tight? Like, since when is a pylon? That's crazy. Okay. Good to know, though. Good to know. So that is definitely the wall I will use if I ever play around with this Gateway first version of this, of FE. Yeah, 7 and 1 have really nice walls. So nice to do. See this probe gone up in scouting, but not going to find anything there. In fact, I'm kind of curious why he's scouting there in the first place, unless he's going to like build a hidden expansion or something crazy like that. Because, I mean, Zerg is almost never going to take his 3rd hatch away from him that far when the Protoss is on that side of the map. Be a long way to have to go to defend stuff. Yeah, that forge doesn't look like it would be tight, would it? But definitely is. Like, I guess I just used to it being tight because of the way the hexes work out from the forge being tight when it's up here. But yeah, looking at it, you just look at it and you're like, what? It looks like an ultra could run through there. But nope, apparently not even a Zergling. See hatch being placed, weapons on the way for Protoss. Let's go ahead and see Corsairs. We've got +1 spinning. We've got the Archives on the way, and a 2nd gateway being added. Whole lot of Zealots though, from our Protoss player. But I guess that makes sense given he went gateway first. There will be a significantly higher Zealot count. No, a Zergling cannot go through this gap. It's more obvious when the forge is placed, because normally the forge is placed like right here in one of the common walls. You can place the forge right there, and it's tight, but when it's down here it looks like there's this hole, but because of where the 9x9 matrix is, like the top of the matrix here just barely is tight with this wall, so it ends up being tight. But yeah, you look at it and you're like, dude, an ultra can go through there, man. But somehow it doesn't work out to be that way. Look at this, guys. We got Hydras. Although we do have 5 hatches. But Hydras are on the way. Sunken being added. And there are 5 hatches. What does the drone saturation look like? Pretty decent. Pretty decent. And Zerg is at a fairly high supply. We got a Dark Templar. Dark Templar! How long till he notices? Oh, that Overlord might actually see it though. It's so close. It's gonna be so close. It's really dead. Alright, he needs to react. Is Pike gonna notice? Alright, notices only losing 3 links. And now trying to pull back and get away. And we do see he is moving out now with the Speed Zealots. Although I'm not too sure if that will work because there is a significant number of Hydras out. And we do see a whole bunch of Corsairs here, and by a whole bunch I just mean 3, moving in and attacking at this Overlord here. Going for that one. And actually this is pretty dangerous because there's a DT in there, guys. You really should try to target the DT with the Sunken, but Aim will do so now, and this last Overlord is going to clean up, which is going to give the DT free reign of this base, but not opting to use the DT, although there is Overlord speed out. And he's quickly moving Overlords up there to try and deal with it. This hatch is not in any danger of falling, so this is actually going to get cleaned up. But DT going for drones is quite a lot of kills on the Dark Templar. We see there's actually an 11 kill Dark Templar. Overlords are arriving right now, so we'll finally be able to get rid of that. Going to continue to move the DT around to be annoying, but honestly, it's going to get cleaned up quite soon. And we do see 2 hatches there, as well as an evolution chamber being added. A few more drones being made. And we see we got Shuttloo with 2 Templar and a Zealot being loaded up. So we're going to have some harass from Protoss using Corsairs to escort. Although he only has 3. Yeah, Hydra was definitely one of the best. Hydra was pretty good, even if he did have troubles with non-standard plays. He was still pretty darn good. And let's face it, he's the only foreigner ever to get A+, and he did it without dodging any Koreans either, so that's pretty legit. This shuttle needs to get the heck out of there. If these Hydras catch wind of it. So here we go. Shuttle moving into the main. Corsairs flying around doing some harass. Zerg has not spotted it yet. Oh, DT being dropped off here in the main. Will he notice? 1 drone goes down, 2 drones go down, more drones, 3 drones go down, we got 4 down, make that 5. The TT racking up the kills, he's got 6 kills, he needs to notice, you need to pay attention. What are you watching right now? Okay, finally he notices as the DT has gotten 8 kills, just tearing through. Whoa, and a huge storm going off in the natural, but the shuttle is going to die. Oh, so close. Oh no, he gets all of the managing drones, though he catches them as they were all clumped up on the stack. Although he does manage to not get 1 stack. So between that DT and that Templar, quite a lot of kills. You see the supply now massively ahead for Protoss, 104 supply against a mere 66 for Zerg. Huge damage from that drop. Not at all what Zerg want to have happen. He did lose the shuttle though, so he is briefly safe from drops. Protoss probably going to make another shuttle though. No, he's actually not going to make another shuttle. He's being forced to kill that pylon, which is going to unpower. No, it's not going to. I lied. It's not an Artosis pylon, guys. It's okay. I'm also trying to read this chat here. If you froze Idra's skill, I think he would, and just like put him in the foreigner scene now, I definitely think he would be still the strongest. I mean, Idra, other than his ability to go on tilt and have trouble with like really non-standard things, Idra had some strong play. I mean, it took Noonie, you know, of all people, and with some very nice builds to beat Hydra in the round of 8, and Hydra took him all the way to the last game. You see a whole bunch of Hydras moving up and down on this side of the map here for Zerg. Corsairs doing some harass as well for DeWalt. And looks like DeWalt is also going ahead and getting his 3rd base as the Hydra mass moves around, just looking for anything, any Corsairs, anything to target. And we do see these Corsairs are flying around looking for any holes, looking for places to pick off Overlords, and being generally annoying for Zerg. And now Protoss has that fairly significant in size Zealot Goon army out on the map. And how many gateways? We've got 4 gateways, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways, 9 gates. 9 gateways for Protoss, archives being made. And more lurkers are also being morphed here for LRM Pike. Getting picked off. And of course he's moving in, but he needs to pull them away. He does not need to be chasing Overlords with that many Hydras, especially a few. And alright, we see a whole big army of Protoss. Is he going to go in for the engagement? The lurker's finishing just in time. Now starting to burn them. Needs to make sure they're spaced out though so he doesn't take massive damage to a storm. Doing a nice job with there. Alright, could space them out just a little more, but at least he won't lose them all to just like 1 or 2 storms. And we see a storm going off on these lings, picking up a few. How many kills registered to that Templar for that storm? About 8 lings dying to it. And finally, the last Corsair cleaned up. Zerg in position for one crazy flank if he decides to go for it, but is way behind in supply. About 50 behind back in supply. And now we see a whole bunch of stuff running in, pulling up, moving the lurkers back away here. A few storms going off, but not really that good of storms, as Zerg did not opt to run into those. Realized what was going on, reacted smartly. And it looks like DeWalt does want to move in here a little bit, trying to control his army nicely against this. So it's a little too far out in front as the Goons now go ahead and take the front spots as they should against lurkers. A storm going off and another nice pullback. Some really good control here so far from Pike against storms, although that storm doing a little more damage as the Hydras run back into it and take damage initially. That storm not very good at all. I don't know how many storms he still has left here. But now we see Zerg getting ready to move in for the flank, and he's going to get pincered on both sides from Lings. But is there going to be enough stuff for Protoss to hold against it anyway? Yes, I think there will be a nice storm down on those Lings. Actually, I don't know. It is down to just Dragoon Mass now, and it's surrounded on all sides by Hydras trying to cast storms, trying to do damage to it. But is it enough? I don't know. I just don't know. See everything running on in there. What the heck? Random Google Earth opening up. You gotta be careful here. He's done a lot of damage to Zerg, but at the same time, you never want to lose your entire army as Protoss. And we do see being in production here, doing a nice job microing that ball back, just trying to pick off and be as efficient possibly as Gerg. Yeah, if you went by pure ladder skill, like just pure ladder skill, and only took that into considering, Hydra was by far the best foreigner. And I didn't always post the results, probably in part because of his attitude and stuff, but like if you went just by like raw ladder skill, I mean it wasn't even close. Like almost everyone else that got to A did it with some level of dodging, Koreans, and many of them did it with tons of dodging, and some of them with farming of like B+ guys. So Day 9 was pretty good. I don't know. Day 9 was like A+ on PG Tour. I don't know if he was ever actually A+ on ICOP though. And we just see storms going off on these Lings as they try to fit, but nice job here positioning the Zealots. The Lings fight the Zealots and not the Dragoons. This is exactly what Protoss wants. And is he going to try to barrel down the front? Yes, it looks like he may go for it. And trying to flank on the backside, but I also don't know if there's enough units at this point. Reps has been very efficient with his ball here, picking off lots of units and riding the advantage of that early storm drop as Zerg just continues to try and produce units, but I don't think he can get enough out in time. And yes, Pike realizing that, saying GG. Reps DeWalt takes it up 1-0 in favor of Reps. Actually, Boxer did beat Huck. Huck did not beat Boxer. Yeah, so I mean, Split Princess, obviously he was bad day 9, day 9 is peak in like 2005 or whatever, 2006. I mean, obviously he's not going to be like as good as anybody now, but I mean, everybody 5 or 6 years ago was not nearly as good as they are now. Alright, so we're moving into game 2 between Reps and LRM. And it is going to be on Gladiator between DeWalt and somebody. So in the bottom right-hand corner, we have Reps DeWalt as the white Protoss, and in the left-hand corner, as the green Zerg, we have LRM Dragon, also known as former strategy Forum Bonjour over on Team Liquid. Yeah, Huck may be an ST2 Pro now, though, but I don't know. I get the impression he's worked like pretty hard. Like maybe he wasn't all that great at Broodor when he switched to ST2, but he's put in like quite a lot of work in ST2. Is certainly the impression I get. So he may not have been legit when he started, but I think he's pretty legit these days. And we will have a pylon here for DeWalt. So it looks like we're going to see a forge fast expand. Oh yes, he could 2-gate. 2-gate with natural gates. See, the probe is going to scout incorrectly. Overlord for Dragon is going to scout correctly, so a nice little scouting advantage there from LRM Dragon. A whole bunch of probes queued, though. Is he going to go Nexus first? Is he going to go Nexus first? I don't know. Yeah, this is looking like a Nexus first. Against pool first from Dragon. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Actually, never mind. He is now putting down the forge, having not scouted anything. I guess he was just saving up, so he had the option to go Nexus first. And we see the pool is done now. We should have Lings morphing. Actually just one pair of Lings. Interesting. So we go pool first, but he only makes one pair. Okay. I'm not sure. Alright, it looks like he's going to make all 3 pairs. Just going ahead and opting to get that hatch down first so he can go ahead and have it down, have the econ ready to go. 2 ST production ready. So I'm going to go ahead and build the Nexus. Now he's going to have scouting intel of everything. We'll see that there are 2 Lings out, but he should be fine. He can block till those cannons finish. More Lings pop. There'll be 6 total for Dragon, so pretty typical PvZ stuff. And the gateway will probably go right here, leaving a little gap. And here come the Lings from Dragon. This one cannon is just going to finish. If he runs in and that probe isn't blocking, he could possibly go for it. It looks like he wants to. This could be interesting. He's actually going to try to run by the cannon. It's going to be slow Lings, and 4 slow Lings are going to make it by the cannon. The only thing going is I don't think there was speed coming anytime soon from Dragon, but let's double check. No, there's no speed coming. So it's not quite as scary as it would be with 4 speedlings, which is truly terrifying. Actually, a beautiful job there from DeWalt as he picks off 1 probe, but Dragon's still able to get 3 Lings in. I'm going to go ahead and try to pick off probes right now. Actually targeting the Nexus in the force of probe pull. There we go. You need to be careful though. As he just continues to run around and be obnoxious with these Lings, try to make Protoss lose mining time and occasionally pick off little tiny mistakes there that are made from Protoss. Pike lost that last game because he took a drop and lost like 30 drones in the drop. It like killed everything. A DT killed 8 in the main before he reacted, and then as he was Maynarding, there was Templar set up, and he killed a good portion of a huge Maynard. Yeah, Dragon's a race picker. Plays PvP. 1 probe here going to get picked off. Alright, so nice job there with the Lings. We've got 1 kill so far with him. Actually make that 2 kills, and 2 to be 4, and or 3, and make that 4 kills. Got a 0 kill Ling, a 2 kill Ling, and a 2 kill Ling. So 4 kills so far for the Ling, so that's paid for themselves in terms of cost. And here we go, running around looking for vulnerable Lings. Alright, moving that one away. Does not really want to fight this Zealot though, but I'm sure DeWalt is glad that he has that Zealot out. See if he leaves it. Yeah, I'll probably just leave it in the minerals so they can easily deal with the Lings, regardless of which side they want to go in. Another 2 pair of Lings has been made from Dragon, so he has scouting Lings when those are cleaned up. Also has the Overlord there as well. One drone just chilling here. I don't think he's going to try and fight this Zealot. I think that would not go well for him. Drill! Drill gets another pro picked up. Oh, he's got speed done now. He's got speed done, I think. I think he's got speed done. Oh, don't lose your Lings right when you have speed done, man. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Picked up another pro. These Lings are really paying for themselves. Up to 6 kills now, in total. So pretty nice job there from Dragon, and maybe not the cleanest of jobs, to say the least, from DeWalt. And he actually has the Zealot there. What does Pike spamming his APM to 350 have to do with anything? Really? Yes, that's a good thing to do. God forbid. I mean, what if he was spamming his APM to 350, and that was the reason he lost those drones? Now, how about that for you? That'd be an interesting one. So we do see the Spire is on the way, and as well as a 4th hatchery, and probably pretty soon a 5th hatchery. Alright, here we go. 2 more Overlords are popping, so is this going to be a meter opening? It shouldn't be, because there's only one on gas, but 2 Overlords popping seems familiar. See, another hatchery is on the way. So we've got all 5 hatcheries being put down now. Second cannon is going to go ahead and start morphing in. And we'll see what is the plan right now from Protoss. What is the truth that you'd like to tell us, Soleil Princess? I don't know if you've ever actually made like an ultimate point. You've just said players are bad, but you haven't really told us anything other than why we're bad. See a whole bunch of things here from Dragon. I mean, it's one thing to like say people are bad, but you gotta like say why they're bad. You can't just be like, he's bad, and then like not back it up. So we see Hydra Speed on the way. And from Protoss, what do we have? We have a Robo. Are we gonna see Reavers? Reavers? Yes. Corsair Reavers, perhaps. Getting shuttle speed. Boom, of course they're taking a little damage. Is that a misplaced cannon? Is that cannon? I guess it just doesn't... It probably covers right here on the Stargate, but probably not, like, right there. And we've got a whole bunch of Scourge ready to fly in from the other side. As we wait to see... Alright, gonna go ahead and take the 4... So it looks like we're gonna see the 4-base Hive type play from Dragon, so a fairly defensive Zerg style play. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I guess if you really want to figure out who Silly Princess is, you can just go talk to Kid Canada, because he said he beat Kid Canada 2-1 yesterday. Ask Canada who he lost to 2-1 in ZVP, and then they should have a good idea. See 2 more gateways being added here for DeWalt, for a total of 3, and no sign of speed on the way. +1 is started, so we do have the Reaver, so it's pretty typical Sarah Reaver type stuff. Of a non-dedicated Sarah Reaver. You'll make a shuttle, make a few Corsairs, do a Reaver harass. You can use it to take an Expo, and then go ahead and transition pretty quick into a ground army with a few Templars supported by Reavers. And whoa, holy Scourge! Is he ready for it? Did not clone them out the best, but still able to pick up most of those Corsairs. And now he's got Mutas on the shuttle. He's going to lose the shuttle though. This is not at all good for the Protest player. DeWalt is not going to be happy about this at all. Whenever you're doing Sarah Reaver, you don't want to lose that. It needs to move these Mutas and finish this off once and for all. And just kill it isn't even able to drop the Reaver. So Dragon now at a very comfortable position. We can see that is heavily reflected in his supply disparities. We've got 70 for Protoss and over 100 for Dragon. There's 30 supply ahead of Protoss. You see Dragon is just getting ready to move in with Mutas, and honestly, I don't know if there's enough to defend this. He does not have Archons, he does not have Storm, and he is up against a ton of Mutas, against just a couple cannons and a few Corsairs. He needs to morph like an Archon immediately. I mean, if Dragon just runs in there, I know he's waiting for the Scourge, but if he just like runs in there, there's only a few Corsairs, and he's not making more. Is he morphing an Archon? Please tell me. Yes, I heard it morphing. Okay, at least he's trying to morph an Archon to do something, but he needs to get it done fast against all these Muta. I think Dragon is just going to go for the win right now. Alright, so here we go now, moving in with all the Muta, trying to scourge the Corsairs as well. Not sure what we're going for. It looks like he's going to pick down a Templar, doing a nice job of that, and then picking off the cannon. Alright, and now it looks like he's going to go ahead and focus down this Archon right here. Scourge picking off all the Corsairs. Muta's pretty well spread, so the Archon not able to do a whole lot of damage. And then we see, I don't know, almost all the cannons cleaned up. And now the Mute is pretty free to harass, as there are no Corsairs. There's not a whole lot of stuff by any means out for the Zerg. Another Corsair pops in. It looks like it'll probably die to Scourge because the cannon is... Oh, he's actually using the cannon to auto-target Scourge there for a second. It looked like he was actually manually microing the cannon. Don't know if he was. These Mute really aren't doing tons of damage. But we do see the supply still very, very ahead for Zerg, as he did get rid of all this Corsairs. Did clean off an Archon and pick off a Templar, though. And now heading home. Alright, so here we go. Here Reaver shuttle loading up. 4 Zealot drop with Speed Shuttle coming on the way now from DeWalt, who really needs to do some stuff to get back into this game, because we see Zerg is comfortable and tight. Oh, he's over a Ling. No, Dragon doesn't see it though. He doesn't see it. He flew over both the Ling and the Overlord, and he had the Scourge right there. But he does not appear to be aware of this drop. He missed that. I'm kind of surprised he missed that. That shuttle was in vision for a long time. So here we go. Looks like he's actually going to go ahead and target down the Spire. And bam, okay, he gets rid of the Spire. Now it looks like he's going to go ahead and move for the pool. But in the meantime, we have an attack on the front, and this may work because there are no storms. At the same time, there are 2 Reavers, so it's going to kind of depend on how these Reaver shots go. It looks like he's trying to spread the Hydras. Needs to focus down those Reavers in a hurry here if he wants to make this work. Alright, 1 Reaver goes down, doing a nice job trying to target fire with the Scarabs. And now it looks like the Mutas are going to come in and try to Muta-bomb the Reaver, but they fly over the Archon, which is not the best plan with Mutas. But there are just so many Hydras right now at the front door, and we see that even though the pool did get killed, more Hydras have come to clean that up. Now he just really needs to be able to get in there. And you're getting the Reaver. It's going to take like snow-like Reaver control here to hold off this attack from Dragon, who is just busting down the surrounded Protoss. Oh, big Scarab right there, killing at least 5 or 6 Hydras. Will there be enough to hold another huge Scarab, doing a beautiful job with the Scarab target firing, picking off good Hydras in the columns. Alright, now finally moving in for the surround on the Reaver, but that Reaver definitely paid for its money, to say the least, as he kills off a ton of Hydras, and Protoss will just barely be able to hold this Hydra attack off from Dragon, who is not able to kill that second Reaver quick enough. And yes, I will upload the VOD, Swarm. Don't need to worry about that. I think those are like on the same hotkey, like Archon Shuttle Dance. So nice job with the Hydras there, but now there's just going to be such a big Hydra mass, and I don't think he'll be able to get AoE up in time to hold long enough to live. Needs to build Scarabs with this, needs to control, godlike control with these Reavers here to try and live. There we go, here comes the first Reaver shot, another good one. Whoa! 6 Hydra dying to that one, another Scarab, boom! I mean, these Reavers seriously are doing a ton of work here for DeWalt, but will it be enough to equalize the game? It just doesn't look like it. Zealot's trying to come out to reinforce. We see a Hydra actually attacking the gas. I mean, holy crap. He is holding. Protoss is holding. He's holding off all these Hydra with this one Reaver. Now the Reaver really out in the front exposed, but... Oh, that scared not as big as it looked like it could have been. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, man. It's going to get indirectly scourged without even knowing about it. Now the Hydra's moving back into the front. How many kills does this Reaver have? I don't think we'll get to see because it's so busy building scarab. But these Reavers have been hero Reavers. Got to be 40 or 50 kills between the two of them at least. So many Hydras dying. So many Hydras dying. Okay, now as he's trying to bust down the front, oh, can he get big enough scarabs to take this off? I think it's finally, he's running out of zealots, he's running out of meat fodder. City Hydras, oh, nice little split of the Hydras there, but another great scarab, killing another 3 or 4 Hydras as he continues to have perfect Tiger firing. But there are just too many Hydras from Dragon streaming in right now. Many, many hatches worth. And there's not going to be a storm out in time for this Templar. Yeah, I don't know, it's more and more endless streams now, even some Zergling streaming in too. Tons of units streaming in. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hatcheries as the Walt is forced to GG. When Zerg reaches a point where Zerg has more hatches than you have gateways, you're in trouble. So a little bit of an interesting name there from DeWalt and Dragon, but really hurt that DeWalt lost that first shuttle to Dragon. Definitely not what he wanted to have happen. So getting ready, I guess, here in a sec to go into Game 3. Aw, silly Princess left. And I thought I was going to get to cast a game of him. Oh well. That's unfortunate. So going into Game 3 on Jade, tied 1-1. LRM Dragon versus unknown player. Baku made Olympic, Pro League fan. You're behind the times. Alright, so we have LRM Dragon against Reps Tama. That score is a lie. That score is true. Dragon spawning as the Teal Zerg against Tama, who is obviously a Protoss. Who is a blue Protoss. It's going to be incorrect overload shouting directions from Dragon. No, Silly Princess left the chat. I'm pretty sad. I was really hoping we get to see Silly Princess apparently crush the Stockway, or so he claims. Either way, it would have been incredibly entertaining because either Stockway would have raped the shit out of him, and it would have been like, okay, lol, this guy was an idiot. Or he would have actually turned out to be who he was, and then we would have all gotten to freak out that some random ex-pro gamer was watching a foreign Brood War stream on Team Liquid. But unfortunately, him leaving was a lose-lose situation for all of us involved. So I'm sorry for that, guys. So wait to see what will happen. Protoss has his pylon out at the natural. And we see a pool on the way here again for Dragon, as well as the next hatch. It's an interesting build. I have not seen this. I'm not familiar with this. It looks like it's a fast pool or faster pool and then a hatch. We will not be able to get it down as that annoying probe does a nice job ignoring it. Indov is the boss. He needs to stream a little more Brood War though. He told us he would. He hasn't been keeping good on that so far. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hatchery for a Dragon. Probe. The probe dot? No. Probe just gives up and lets it be built though. And we we see Zerglings moving around trying to kill and pick off that probe. Unable to do so yet. Getting a few hits off. Pretty low, pretty low. Taking quite a significant amount of hull damage. Yeah, I'm kind of sad, but I don't know. In-depth seems to get up. Am I always streaming so late? For Gambit's Cup, yes, because of class schedules and my carpooling. Like, sometimes I'm home earlier, but there's no guarantee. So if we say the time slot is like 21:30 CET, then there's a chance that I'll just randomly not be there for like an hour or two. Like, some days I'm there and can, but there's often days where, because of the way the carpooling works out, there'd just be like, everyone would be like, where the heck is Elmaster? Oh my god. And then you've got an event calendared and no stream for it and stuff, so. And we do see down here he's done one of these nice little walls. This wall's pretty cool because you can actually block it with one zealot, but also a goon can pass through it. So it's a pretty nifty little wall. Nifty little wall to have. And it is nice and linear, so you can lay a bunch of cannons in danger of a Hydra bust. Yeah, I was really sad because IC Cup, on the IC Cup website, it says new season ends. It says when season ends, 6th of March. So I thought I was going to have 4 more days to like try and get to C-, but then they're like, no, it's a new season, troll low. Now that luck. So we see the Wings of Dragon moving around here. Gateway nicely blocked off with a Zealot and a Probe. And third has on the way for Dragon, who is going to opt to take another main. I think in a lot of pro games we've been seeing not another natural being taken, though. Not tight on the right? Are you sure? Are you sure? I think this is tight. I'd be pretty surprised. That'd be pretty hilarious if Lings just like ran in here, though. Like, that'd be really hilarious, to be honest. Where? Can't you just get a proxy if you want to watch Afrika? Like, I need to actually play around with that one of these days and see if that's possible. Because I think Keontae was able to watch it for a while. Looks like link speed might have been done, as those links seem to be moving pretty briskly. Yeah, looks like link speed is done. Yes, it is. So we got some speedy lings. Yeah, I thought someone was saying the wall was like open on the right, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's tight. You never know for sure in Brood War, but I have confidence in this wall. I guess we'll know here in a second if we were to try to run by. That would be hilarious if the Lynx just like and shot into the main. But it looks to be tight. Lynx did not just jump in. Isn't there like a Street Fighter Pro League in Korea? So yeah. Drone here by the hatch, making a 5th hatchery. And the Spire just now arriving for Dragon. Starting up a pair of Scourge. Pair of Scourge anywhere? No? Okay, there we go. 2 pairs of Scourge on the way. First Corsair about to pop. Or maybe second Corsair. Yeah, second Corsair about to pop here for Tama. Here comes the Scourge. Alright, he is paying attention and does quickly retreat away. Not quite able to get an Overlord kill. And we do see that the forge is spinning. And it's cannon by Stargate and getting leg speed. Only has 1 gateway. Quite a large number of zealots now. Alright, we see the Scourge kind of floating around. Yeah, LRM doesn't have any Terrans. There are definitely Terrans in this league though. Oh! Scourge idling, dying to this new cannon here, and losing another Scourge, so not the best there with Dragon from his Scourge. This will now give the Corsairs a little more rain. Dragon will have to hatch up a few more pairs of Scourge. 90% on IC Cup or Zergs? No way. I never play Zerg on ladder. Like, I always want to practice PvZ, but no. I get like so few Zergs. It's always Protoss and Terran. Always. And we do see the fourth hatch again from Dragon. Whoa, we got a DT, we got a DT. He's losing the links. Gotta pay attention. Dragon, your links, man. Spam through your hotkeys. No, Dragon. No, every single link is now dead. So he might not even notice or know that this full push is coming at him from Protoss. This could be very scary. If he only has, he's got 2 seconds. Is he going to start unit production? He's only just starting Hydra feed. Please tell me you're going to start unit production. Please tell me you're going to start unit production. He's got like nothing, and there's this huge push coming up towards him. He's got nothing here, but the 2 Sunkens will Tama go in for him. I think there's a good chance he will, since there's nothing here. There's nothing here from Tama. Oh my god, this Sunken is going to die. And actually, that is a Spore colony. I think that he did not see it, and this is dead now. The GTs are going to target fire drones, perhaps, or maybe not. But this is a really, really bad situation from Dragon, as now the Corsairs are coming out. But he is just going to completely lose this base. There's nothing he can do to avoid losing it. Actually going to target fire down the Hydra. I'm surprised he doesn't just go and kill the Hydra Den. And he had a huge advantage having to deal with only Zealots against all these. He could actually stop the Den before even Hydra speed was done. But this is not looking good at all from Dragon. Those DTs killed off his scouting links, and then he didn't see the army move out. Probably just assumed it was ADT. So this is not going well at all. He's already lost the main hatch, and it definitely looks like he'll lose the other hatch as well. And there we go. Finally, we have the focus fire, and Dragon realizing it's over, saying GG. So Tama takes that one 2-1 over Dragon. He just did not know a push was coming, and unfortunately died. So going into Game 4 between Reps Tama and an unknown player from LRM. Who will it be? I don't know. It looks like Cole is reduced. I think this is Cole, but it's only spelled with one L. But I'm gonna assume it's Cole. So I'm a little confused about this. So it looks like we have Cole as our yellow Zerg, and on the left side, as our blue Protoss, we have Reps Tama. This is best of 7 Pro League fan. So now we see Overlord scouting on the way for Cole. Wait, really? He has to make a new fish account every time he logs on? Good God. That'd be annoying. Alright, so we should have, yes, another FE for Protoss. Best foreigner TVZ, maybe if you mean like, since after SC2, Hydra's TVZ was ridiculously good. So see Overlord on the way scouting. And, Probe is kind of chilling, maybe just popping. Alright, so Tama again saving up. But realizing he needs to go ahead and put down the forge, as there is a pool and gas on the way from Cole. This probe here is winning the battle. Needs to run the drone. Okay, there we go. Second drone coming up now. Just trying to be obnoxious with the probe there, trying to delay Cole's hatchery as long as possible. And doing quite a nice job of it, I may say. Let me see back here. What is he going to put up next? Cannon. Alright, so Ling's on the way from Cole. And it's starting to mine his gas now as well. 2 cannons going straight away. See, the Overlord is out here going to know exactly what is up. Cole's Ling's on the way. Is he going to go for speed or lair? He's going to go for speed first, and is he going? No, he's not going to continue to produce Lings. So Ling's on the way to Tama's base. So here we go. He's got his cannons done. He's starting his nexus. Should resume. There we go. Resume probes. And it actually looks like the links from Cold's chilling. Perhaps waiting for his wing speed to be finished. And there we go, we see Ling's moving out, and it looks like there's a drone that's presumably going to go to take a third hatchery. As we see this Ling going ahead and checking back here. I'm not sure. And here come a whole bunch of Lings, but the probes are in blocking position, so obviously not at all threatening, even with the speed. With a block, there's nothing 6 probes are going to do against 2 cannons, or 6 Lings. Even 6 speed Lings, no chance. But he is forcing that probe pull, which means Protoss can't have these probes mining. I'm assuming that he was worried about the potential of a Ling run by, so this cannon is here, so that if necessary, he can fall back with probes and block the ramp in the event of a run-by. But it seems that Cole has no such intentions, is just continuing to make drones for the moment, and is working on his way to Lair. Lair about halfway towards being finished, and Cybercore on the way. Reposition that Zud, and probably pretty soon here is going to start to feel safe enough to put some probes back mining. Yes, indeed. Although, fortunately or unfortunately for him, there are no more Lings from Cole coming. It's an Overlord. And our lair is done. Is it going to be Spire? Spire? Presumably, yes. We've got the Spire down. So we know Cole is good at and likes Mutamicro, so there's always a possibility of a Muta build anytime you're watching Cole play. But if not, we'll have to see how his VVP is. Historically, it's been his weakest matchup. But we'll see what he's got in store for us today. Got a Ling back here. I guess just keeping tabs if anything tries to come out from that direction. Stargate is really close to being finished. We see the Spire is about halfway to being done. Alright, so Goon is actually out now for Tema. He's going to chase the Lings away. We're closing trends right. It needs to be careful though. Alright, there we go. Is able to pull back before running into any cannons. Dragoon not able to be overly obnoxious on those Lings, because obviously Cole would not want to lose in the same fashion as Dragon to a surprise attack here from Tema. Alright, so Cole just now, I think, taking the gas at the natural. Yes, indeed. Dragoon able to pick off finally one Ling. And how close are we to Spire time? Done. And we see that Cole, looks like there's no mutas being planned, but I do hear some Corsairs going off. One Corsair here harassing the Overlord in the main. But any second we should have some muta coming. I would hope, anyway. Muta, okay, there we go. Got a pair of Scourge coming to deal with this Corsair. And we see that Tem is opting to build, or to continue to build Corsairs, as well as getting the +1. Pretty common GDP these days, so nothing out of the ordinary here. And here we go, Scourge coming on down. Is he going to be able to intercept any Corsairs? Probably not. One Zell here trying to sneak out, but actually gets pinned against the wall. That's a little unfortunate. Now going to try and run away as he's able to kill one Ling, and now able to do the walk back. Scourge coming in, failing to actually kill one of Protoss' Corsairs. Supply count 50 for Protoss against 39 for Zerg. And we've got 2 hatcheries, 2 more hatcheries. We've got 5 total hatcheries on the way. And we see Protoss is adding his gateways. He's getting his Corsair mass out. He's adding to 4 gates. So it looks like 5 gates total. And wait, is that 2 Stargates? 2 Stargates? Oh, is that 2 Stargates? We got 2 Stargates here from Protoss, so there is going to be a lot of Corsairs here for Cole to deal with quite soon, and his select one is done, so Cole should not take too long here to realize something is up, and the Corsair count is abnormally high, abnormally fast, and it looks like we see some Hydra streaming down for Cole. Will they fly over the Corsairs? Will fly over them. He has taken quite a bit of damage. Is he going to lose any? Actually, able to avoid losing any Corsairs, but Cole definitely having an encounter of them, definitely aware that they are coming to hunt his overlords down and kill them. Seems to make Zealots out of those 3 gateways. Has he started his storm research yet? I don't know. The answer is, I don't think so. And now we see Overlord Genocide beginning in the main base as Reps picks away at Cole's. We've got a bus trying to go on the front, and actually he might have enough to bust this. We'll see if he opts to make quick DTs since he has those Corsairs to get rid of it, but I don't know if there's actually quite enough to bust, as those Hydra are a little bit vulnerable to the Zealot, especially now that speed is done, and they're in pretty similar numbers, but see that Tama is opting to go ahead and retreat back into the safety of his fallback cannon, of his anti-speedling run by cannon, and there are the DTs as expected to hopefully try and drive this push away. So it's going to be a matter of, can Zerg get an Overlord down there, and the answer is no. So once this TP is out, there's a good chance you might just see him back straight off. Or maybe he'll just stay in there and take it like a man as he tries to pick off and whittle down these Zealot count. But DTs do tons of damage really fast. Cole continuing to micro, but he does not have any Overlords to send on down. We can see Cole is very, very supply capped right now. Down at only 45 supply against the 90 or so from Tama? 75 from Tama? Adding on even more gateways, now up to, or now adding to 6 total gateways. Get the sound of even more Overlords dying as these Corsairs are doing so much damage from the 2 Stargates. Just so many, so fast to deal with. He's staying over Hydras, not the best decisions. Alright, there we go, finally deciding to go ahead and get the heck out of there. And back in Protoss space, what do we see? A cannon being remade, and a robo being made. Also this DT, where'd it go? There it is, there it is. How many kills did we get? How many kills? 5 drone kills, and finally cleaned up. But obviously more than paying for itself with 5 kills. Doing what he can to slow down Cole's mining time, try to solidify that advantage. Keep Zerg from having any chance of getting back into this game. We see the Lurker is on the way for Cole, as well as an observatory. Got weapons going down. We see Carapace. So I think Cole is planning a muta switch, and that is quite evident by his mineral count. So we should see a bunch of mutas being hatched, and bam, there you have it. Muta switch. Cole mutas. So we'll have to see what he can do with those. He should ensnare his own overlords so they run away even more slowly from the Corsairs. I don't even know how slow an ensnared overlord would be, but that would just be ridiculous. Acid spores, that'd be badass. Hilarious. Alright, so we see the Tama just feeling comfortable. We're going to go ahead and take a third. And the meter from Cole are about to be out, but he's going to need to get good Scourges to deal with all of these Corsairs. And do not lose them. Oh no! Oh no! He loses a couple of the Corsairs. Not exactly ideal by any means. Cole's unit is coming down here, unable to do anything to deny the third as the cannons are already up. So Tama comfortably on 3 base with no major army threat from Cole. Just has to worry about the arrival of these mutas and beginning to more some lurkers as well. We see Cole consolidating his forces. No Corsairs continuing to be made though. Where's your anti-air Protoss? Okay, never mind. We've got a few storms. Against these mutas. We'll see what he can do. Oh, he's picking off the Corsairs. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, so he gets rid of all the Corsairs. Free reign. Is he going to start remaking Corsairs? Yes, he is. Now realizing I need to make these. Only making them out of 1 Stargate though. So here we go. Cole's Muta's coming on, and we'll see what he's got for Muta control today. He's going to try and pick off these Templar. Here we go. Coming around. Nice shot. Gets one of them, and a second one goes down. Going down in a hurry. Third one goes down. Beautiful job there. All the Templars quickly cleaned up, and it looks like he may even go for the kill, picking off Dragoons. Nice job so far with the Muta control. Now he's moving in. He's got position over more Templars. Bam! Make that 6 Templar kills already so far. Muta's absolutely paying for themselves. He's going to quickly take out these cannons and then finish off this defenseless Corsair. Or the Scourge will just go ahead and do that. And now it looks like he's going to camp the Dragoon. No, we're not going to camp the Dragoon. Or maybe he is going to camp the Dragoon. Camps one Dragoon, kills it. Now going in for another one. Doesn't want to overcommit here, as there's definitely enough of Protoss to go ahead and kill and deal with these Mutas. But looks like Cole really wants to go for it. Really wants to go for it badly. But he definitely eliminated all the Templar. Nice job there. There's a shame, though. That's why you don't want to lose your Corsairs in this matchup. And he's in danger of losing yet another Corsair. No, pay attention to it! No! And it dies. More reinforcing Mutas arriving. Is Cole just going to try and win it right here, right now with Mutas? I don't... He may be trying to, but he really shouldn't be able to. There are 2 Corsairs, a bunch of those, and a few Templar. But not much of an army at all. And it looks like Zerg is targeting this temple. Wants to be able to move in from the backside to the exposed side of the Nexus. Can shut down mining here. Possibly even bury lurkers and range the Nexus from there. Could be really scary. See Cole up around 100 supply. And Tama up at 115. So Cole's really cut into that nice lead that Tama had. Using those Mutas for beautiful Templar snipes. And we see now returning back into the main, going in. Picking off a few probes here and there, making Cole to think about, or making Tama think about the threat of Mutas out there, even if Cole isn't being super actively harassing with them. And here we go, the Hydra's streaming into the 3rd base, but supported by Lurkers. Zealots attacking Lurkers is something you never want to see. They usually die really fast with this. Oh man, and they're all clumped too, so there's got to be some low health Zealots. Storm going off on the Lurkers, or also on the Dragoons. All these Zealots are getting cleaned up right now. Cole is starting to look like he's getting to be in a decent spot. A lot more units we can see streaming down for Cole. As he groups his army and gets ready to attack again. Also, I will say, reading this chat right now, it is really obvious who of you guys play Protoss. Because I share the same sentiments. Let me see, the Muta's coming in. Alright, he's morphing an Archon, realizing he has to. There are 2 stray Templar here. Will Cole see it? Will Cole go for them? Not in this moment he won't, but he might just pick off this stray Corsair. You gotta be really careful of that Archon though, because he's definitely stacked right now. Definitely very vulnerable. 1 Muta goes down. Is he gonna try to do any more Templar sniping? Any more Templar sniping? Not at the moment. But Cole, I'm a little worried on the base count because a 3-base Zerg does not want to be playing against 3-base Zerg. Going in for Muta snipes, has the Mutas all nicely split up. Oh no! Cole losing control from Perfect State, taking massive damage from a storm. All the Mutas suddenly die. Now Cole's position on the game looks significantly more tentative, as there are a bunch of Templar with storm. We've got a Templar here. We've got actually no storms on that. We got 1 storm on that guy. On this trailing Templar here, we've got a storm. So we've got at least 3 storms or so with him, maybe even more, and a huge army on the way against only really a little bit of Hydro Lurk from Cole. See a counter here, not going to do anything though. Plenty of cannons have been built. And here we go, here comes Protoss getting ready to move in. And again, for Cole, this is scary. I mean, Cole's got to get off here. He's 3-base Zerg against 3-base Protoss, which is not a good spot to play from at all. So here we go, Tama moving in right now. You gotta be careful not to let too many Zealots get out in the front. Whoa, Cole not paying attention though. So many Hydras lost to that first storm. He's leading with Zealots though. Not the wisest move, although fortunately for him there are only 2 Lurkers now opting to pull back as those storms did pretty significant damage, but Cole is just in a terrible spot. See 90 against a 120 supply something Protoss, and now coming across the bridge is definitely ready for this, doing a nice job of that. Is he going to target fire down the burrowing Lurkers? Nobody's going to get a nice storm over top of almost all of them, softening them quite a bit. Cole is coming out here a little too far. I feel like he's overcommitting a little bit. Alright, quickly doing a nice job morphing those Templar into an Archon. Maybe he lost the obs though. He's not picking off those two remaining Lurkers. I was kind of surprised he led with Zealots though, and because that was a little unnecessary, but Still got off some nice storms, and we see Cole actually trying to set up now up front outside of his bases. See where Cole has his hatcheries rallied. And it looks like he's going to do a nice job here, going to deny this base, not going to let Cole able to have that. Something you have to be wary of this Protoss, because if you give Zerg total leeway, they will go ahead and set up an expansion with lurkers and stuff, and then it is really hard to break it. So Zerg can kind of get away with free expansions if you get too lax in your defense. And, oh, the green ones and all these Hydra team knows they're here at the 4th base. I don't know if the army can get back in time. The cannons are definitely not enough to stop these Hydras. We should be able to force a cancel on this 4th, though. So they'll be trading who gets canceled. Oh, beautiful, beautiful morphing of the lurkers right on the ramp to deny them. Now the Hydras are just going to target fire at the Nexus. He canceled 1, 2, 3, trying to get another one back in place to morph it into a lurker. Will there be enough time for these Hydras? He's got to micro them. Will he be able to keep the Nexus from going up? Actually, at this point, it is not looking good. It's going to be so close, but just not quite getting it. Oh, and the dying breath, the Hydra gets it. The dying breath denies the Nexus. Nice job there. I don't even know if that was canceled. It was so close. It probably wasn't. Nothing in these Overlords. No Doom Drop getting intercepted. Protoss going, gosh dang it. See, though, still a very nice supply differential in favor of Protoss. That 1-4 there being obnoxious and harassing mutas as Tama moves about the map. And now a big army moving up towards Cole. We'll see if he does a better job of this engagement, not letting his zealots get overly far out in front. And leading better with the Dragoons to deal with the initial lurkers than Storm when Zerg runs in. So here we go. Alright, he's got his Dragoons neatly in front and moving in. Alright, so one lurker's going to die pretty fast. Again, the Zealots are running awfully far in front, though, when there's lurkers around. Muta's trying to do a nice job, though. He's picked up a whole ton of Templar. Gets rid of almost every single Templar. Although he does lose all the Muta in that process. And the question is there enough here from Cole to power, or from Tama to power through without Storm? Depends on the flanks and the reinforcing Zealots. There's not a lot reinforcing, though, from the flank. Is Cole just out of stuff? Is he finally out? Because that is one scary goonball. Look at all those observers that are there. Just trading in, and Cole saying, GG! Tama goes up 3-1 in favor of reps. Tama actually slightly out-resourcing Cole, too. So give me half a sec here to use the restroom, and we will go into Game 5. Alright, we are back. And can go into set 5 here on Tau Cross. So we have, spawning as the orange Protoss, we have Reps Tama. And challenging him in the left-hand side here, we have LRM's Bakiru, who also happens to be a moderator in our chat. So can Bakiru prevent a... Would it be an all kill from Tama? No, I think it would just be a 3 kill. But can Bakiru prevent the defeat of LRM, or will Tama go up and take it 4-1? This is Tau Cross, man. Wait, I thought it was... Yeah, it's Tau Cross. Tau Cross. Here we go. Probe Scout coming on down, and by Probe Scout I mean Pylon Builder coming down from Protoss. Definitely Tau. Kid Canada Fire arriving to confirm that the Zerg, the dude is apparently lying. But he did leave the chat when people actually tried to get him to play, so that was a bit disappointing. He was actually talking shit like he was gonna play us, but then he just like disappeared from chat when someone was like, "All right, let's go game." All right, so we see here Pylon is up for Tama. Get a scout Bakiru on the first try, so he'll be happy about that. And unfortunately, the Overlord for Bakiru is gonna go the wrong way. I almost believe it's gonna be gas steal. It's gonna be like, what? Why would you gas steal Zerg? Well, hopefully your studying went well. I know how that goes right now. I'm in the middle of quite a bit of studying myself as well. A whole bunch of big tests coming up. Yeah, so there's some guy in chat. Similar, he was talking about, just like talking shit about the skill level of people. He's like, the software is really bad. He never harassed with a shuttle or some stupid crap like that. And then he's like, yeah, I beat, I'll teach you how to PvP the Sockway. And he's like, I beat Canada the other day, like 2-1 or something like that. And then people were like, alright, let's go game. And the guy was like, oh, time to leave, and he disappeared from my chat. So, yeah, that's the story on that. And it looks like Bakiru gonna go ahead and try and make his expansion, but that probe being as obnoxious as possible. So close. Looks like the Lings are going to, we're gonna leave one Ling to chase it, nice job there, so the hatch gets down, no problem. So finally has that up. Idle probe here, Dylan, there we go. Probe being sent to mine for Tama. Zaraki played in a previous game. I know that. And we see a pylon going down, and the next is getting pretty close to being done, or actually just started, never mind. Ignore me. It's been a long day, I'm really tired, sorry guys. And probe go ahead and scouting on into the main. But gets picked off by... Did it die to a drone? No, I guess it died to this Ling. This Ling got the kill. There we go. Okay, that Ling. Finally getting rid of the probe. And the probe going out to scout, but it did pass the Overlord, so Bakiru might be aware of it. But either way, he's got his Lings nicely set up here. Still to deny the scouting. No problem. And this hatchery, 3 hatch. We got 3 hatches on 1 base. Moving out with the Lings. Oh no! The Lings just out of position, and then the scout gets in. That is quite unfortunate, as Bakiru is obviously moving out, just ready to prevent that. But the probe was unfortunately in an unexpected place. But whoa! I almost thought it died. It's gonna be like, you don't want to lose your probe that fast. Game ZZZ tore through Zerg with Master Ling all inning. He Ling all inned everybody, like Ziki, Zaraki, and another Zerg he played. And then he beat the Sockway. in what was apparently a super laggy game, and a game that made no sense. Draw, if you want to watch this game sometime and figure out why these attacks didn't work, I don't know. It's a crazy game. Like, he had like +1 against like just a random open sunken and like 10 zealots and like lost. There's just like a few lings, the sunken, and some pulled drones. It was pretty crazy. Yeah, overhatch, pool speed sounds right, with a light spire, yep. Did that every single game, and everyone died to his lings. Just made a bunch of lings and just ended up killing them every time. So we see Bakiryu here with 4 hatches and getting his lair as well, so it's like 4 hatch Hydra as well as a lair on the way. The D-Not game was a bit on the painful side because yeah, D-Not won that game with 2 hat Scourge, 2 base Scourge you could call it. Like, he just kept scourging and scourging and scourging, and Flip kept losing all of his mutas, and he ended up winning. Yeah, I'm probably not pronouncing it right. Alright, so let's see here. We got a 4th gateway going down as well as a speed, so this is going to be quite a lot of zealots coming at the way of our Zerg hero here. So we'll see if he's ready to go ahead and defend this. See the Hydra production just now starting, as well as lurkers on the way. So lurkers should be real close to being done by the time he gets there. And Zealots just now pushing out with a bunch more reinforcing Zealots on the way. See that the weapon upgrade very close to being done, as well as speed, which is just now about to kick in, and these Zealots are going to go into hyperdrive. Bam, there we go. Speed mode engage. Here we go, he's trying to run in. He's going to need those lurkers to be done soon. Opting not to run in there and try to fight that. Now moving back. Where did these Hydras go? I thought he had Hydras. Did these Zealots kill them all? What? Alright, so we see 3 seconds there for Bakiryu. So he should be fairly safe against this. And now Zealots trying to go back to this base and continue to put on the aggression as more reinforcing Zealots do come up to join the party. And there are lurkers out in the field now, so these Zealots are going to be pretty ineffective. Should not be able to do any sort of significant damage. We'll see how he responds. He's getting a cannon in the main. He actually skipped target for this too. And getting a robo facility. No sign yet of goon range. We'll see what he opts to build out of these gateways. Now knowing that there are lurkers, going ahead and getting some Templar, which is obviously needed. Zerg working on setting up the contain. Bakiryu is working on setting up the contain. That lurker does successfully manage to get burrowed. At least it has to be annoying. And is Tano going to come out and try to take a base? Alright, so it looks like Tano wants to actually come out and take his 3rd, which is interesting. And it looks like that Tano is just going to continue to have these zones move him up to the Zerg base, continue to have at least a little bit of a map presence. And another Ling getting picked off, so doing a nice job of denying Zerg map vision and map awareness. Lurker on Burn, needs to be careful of that DT though, as it can just come in at any point and swipe it. Yeah, the question you guys need to pose to this Cameo Zerg guy is why is Darling, aka Clap Together, not like the absolute owner of the foreign scene? That's the real question that needs to be asked to Cameo Zero. I know it flies in the face of everything he knows and believes, and it might be enough that his head will explode. And we do see this lurker does get picked off. Where's the off? Was it just in range of it? Was it unburned? What happened? I don't know how this lurker died! I don't see any odds yet. Whoa! Oh, I lied. I do see an odds. So we got a DT up, and we got a bunch of zealots moving around, still trying to maintain some level of map presence there. And look at this in the main, we got the mutas going on. And this is a really nice play, because he did not opt for Stargate with this 4-gate play. So he is trouble. And it looks like he's going to actually just go ahead and start targeting the Nexus. This is not looking good. Oh, okay. Bakir is saying his mutas actually caught the shuttle too. So that's where all his High Templar is. That's why he has no High Templar and no Archons to defend. Really, really unpleasant situation. Zelt's trying to do a little bit back at home, but again, there are those lurkers burrowed, so there's just no way to do any sort of significant damage. And the mutas now attacking pros, being super annoying at the natural as well. Akira just trying to control, trying to avoid the Dragoons. I don't even think they have range. Alright, there's finally an Archon out. Whoa, no, don't play. Okay, good, here we go. Just noticing in time, avoiding flying over the Archon, not taking any crazy damage. Like I said, ask Cameo Zero why God does not dominate the foreigner scene. And he will have no answer. God, aka Clap, aka Darling. I don't know what his most common ID would be considered. So these lings are going to come over here, be obnoxious, actually not going to be able to do anything at this third. There are plenty of zealots ready there to defend. As a whole bunch of Bakiru's lings streaming on down. Do you guys have mutilate this? Here we go. He's going to try to mutilate this. He is on top of the cans right now. There are only zealots. If the cans go down fast enough, the mutas have free reign. And there's quite a few Dragoons back here. So this is still kind of annoying though, because it leaves the expansion open, defenseless. If Protoss tries to move out and aim with his army, a Ling counter can easily be extremely dangerous and take out a whole bunch of probes, possibly in the Nexus itself. So this is a nice play to keep Protoss pinned back where he doesn't want to be. Cannot move out in pressure. Man, I don't see anybody that bad. Except for the Core. I played this dude named the Core. Spelled something like this. And this dude... We played a 15-minute TVP, and this guy had 450 APM. But he was obviously keyboard ranked. I go and look, and his EAPM was like 30. And I ask him, well, what's up, man? Like, what are you doing? And the entire game, he cycled through his hotkeys. Like, instead of sending probes to mine, instead of micro marines against my attack, he was like cycling his hotkeys, and he's like, I thought I had to play bad, or I thought I had to play fast to be good, and I was like, it means the Gambit Cup. Screws being picked up here, and we see that Bakir actually going ahead and trying to take the base closer to Protoss. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out for him. See a whole bunch of Lurker Ling out on the field. And Protoss moving back across. As there we go, we see those Lings. Nox is actually going to go ahead and pick off the pylon. It could mean that too, Pi, but I'm not sure if you'll convince a whole lot of people that that's actually what it means. Wait, Guardians? Guardians? Do we have Guardians? I hear them. Oh, there we go. Everything blends in on this map. Alright. So we've got Guardians here, ranging the assimilator, taking it out. And unfortunately there is a Corsair though. Should go ahead and scourge those. One Corsair left still to be annoying. And Guardians are really annoying to deal with if you don't have Storm or Corsairs, because then there's just no way to get an effective range of them. The Bakir being super obnoxious in the natural, going ahead and doing a little damage on the cannon. This is not something you see very often, but it can be slightly annoying. Now 2 Corsairs out, and I'm actually morphing an Archon. But that's going to be a little too late. I think the Corsairs, though, will finally clean it up. Although they've done a decent amount of damage. I mean, look, there's 5 kills, 6 kills. Don't know how many kills on the others. Then we've also got a confrontation going up here. Protoss looks like he wants to try to move up and put pressure on the 4th base of Bakiru. But will he actually go for it? I don't know. If Tama will indeed. Alright, the last Guardian's finally cleaned up. So that annoyance is dealt with. And here we go. We do have an engagement. There's a swarm up. Zealots can lead here. There's not a whole lot of lurkers, so this isn't the end of the world. Doing a nice job pulling the Zealots back out of range of the lurker spine. Getting good storms on there. Fairly solid micro there from the Protoss player, from Tama. Oh, actually that makes a lot of sense, though. So, solid point. And this little group of Ling task force here, staying in the bottom of the map, being obnoxious, but it's in danger of running headlong into the Protoss army. Bakiru has his hive out. Zergling's just kind of on a move, or on right-click move, running around. Alright, so it looks like these are going to move in here, and again deny the 4th, though, so that'll be really nice. Definitely will be able to do that if he target fires the 4th. If he target fires the 4th, if he can target fire the Nexus, there we go, moving around. Now target firing the Nexus, nice job. Nexus is being forced to cancel. Quite annoying for Tama. He continues to get that base denied by little harassing groups of Zerg here and there. See, the supplies are 172 for Tama and about 150 for Bakiru. And just as I was thinking, hey, Protoss is down here. If Bakiru dropped the main, that'd be pretty cool. What do I see? Overlord's loading up. We're going to have a doom drop in the main of Protoss, although adding cannons just in time. So we'll have to see what he can do. Moving around with that Zealot. Or Zut. Defiler needs to be protected. Get back with the Lings. Get back with the Lings. There we go. Nice job. And the Defiler will live. And here we go. We got the Doom drop in the main. Everything is being dropped. Are there going to be any swarms going up? We'll have to wait and see. Protoss is going to realize he's not coming back with his army, guys. He is going to go counter. He's going to go counter. Protoss is going to go counter, but he's actually brought a few units back. So never mind. He's only countering with a portion of his units. Nice storm going off there. And some of the Lings. A few pros being picked off as the rest of Protoss' army comes back to try and defend. And what is he going to do now? How is he going to react? Losing quite a bit of stuff in his main. He may have lost his archives, which is always a bummer. Yeah, I think he has lost his archives. So unfortunately, this is becoming a very all-in type situation here now for Tama, as he's not opted to really return and defend these gateways. And there's quite a bit of stuff in his main just killing stuff. Alright, a few more Zealots finally coming back, so it looks like he may decide to come back and try and save what he can. So there we go, finally getting the rest of this drop cleaned up. Is Bakiru going to drop again? Oh my god, yes he is, and this time with lurkers, which I really like because it is all Zealots over here, so all these lurkers being dropped around the gateways. He needs to burrow them though. He needs to burrow them at some point here. Burrow! Burrow! Alright, so finally we see the burrows going off. And Tama continuing macro. It looks like he's going to try to move in here. Definitely going to be able to kill this base from Bakiru, but there's still quite a few other bases left. And when you lose all your production facilities, that is not fun, especially on a map like Tower. You just don't really have another main to put a bunch of gateways. I mean, he's losing all his production right now. He has to go kill him to have any chance at this game. And we see a whole bunch more stuff from Bakiru moving into the other side. Is there a Defiler with this? If it is, this will be extremely successful. Yes, there, my god, there is a Defiler there! So it looks like the Tama has spread really thin. He's trying to bust in here, but he can't reinforce, and Bakiru can, which is not fun at all. All being forced to storm his own Templar. Swarms are up now. Can really stall the progress of those goons. You see the lurkers beautifully spaced out, although they could do with some burrowing. Although beautifully spaced out around the gateways, but kind of chilling as Bakiru busy defending this attack. All the Zealots now charging in or dying. You don't want to go under swarm. He's left with only goons and Archons moving back across the bridges and try and re-engage, but he's got nothing left. I think Tama is going to feel this game slip out of his grasp. We see a Ling counter over here at this base. There might even be Lings. Oh, there's a swarm, so the Lings will easily take out this base. He can just even right-click the Nexus and get rid of it, but it looks like he's going to finish the cannons. Tama is losing everything. He's spread too thin. He's got a few Zealots there, but against a lurker field like this, I'm not even sure it matters. trying to come down there with units, trying to see if there's anything he can do, but he's just out of stuff. You can see the supplies hugely favoring Bakaru, 146 to only 77. Terrible, terrible business for Tama, getting flanked a little bit by Lings, although only a tiny little group. But he's just got no production facilities left. He can't make anything. Desperately trying to warp in some DTs to get in here and clean these up since there's no overlords, but at this point it's too late. It's too late. Tama's run will be halted by the skill of Bakiru, the mustache Zerg. Well, not even one. Will even one DT get out? One DT might. So I'm gonna lose this gateway, and there's nothing left. There's nothing left. There's this tiny little army. Ling's attacking pylons, going down to try and defend that, but he lost all his gateways. I mean, he's not even really trying to re-add gateways. He's trying to make reavers. Okay, he's trying to add gateways here, hoping that maybe somehow, by some miracle, he can hold this base. Yeah, it should be. It's quite possible I'm alternating between both. But no one's posted me the correct pronunciation. Bakaru? Okay, I can do Bakaru. Alright. Finally, I get confirmation from the player himself. I'm gonna have to keep doing the Nuni-Noni debate. Alright, so we can see all the ultras here from Bakaru charging in, and Tama finally saying GG. Bakaru moves on. Saves his team from being defeated 4-1. So we move into Game 6 on Icarus between Bakaru and an as of yet unknown player. Alright, so on the right side we have here, as the Teal Zerg, we have LRM Bakaru, and on the bottom side as the Protoss, as the brown Protoss, we have Reps Gotonk. So we have yet another GDP, although I guess these matchups are not a surprise given that LRM is a clan loaded with Zergs and a few Protoss sprinkled in. Alright, so we've got the pylon going up. The Natural Protoss probe is scouting the incorrect direction. Yeah, we've had a lot of ZDPs tonight, that is for sure. I think this drone was meant to maybe be sent to the natural, just kind of clicked out on the map and wasn't quite clicked far enough, or maybe he was checking for a proxy. I'm not really sure. So here we go, we got the drone moving on down. I'm going to go ahead and expand, there we go. And some Protoss, we see the forge going up right away. And we do have the double scout going on from Protoss, so we will be able to react accordingly and decide what he wants to do as far as cannons or whatever. Here we go, he's going to see that it is indeed a 12 hatch, so we will just go ahead and go Nexus first. Nexus, Gateway, and then cannons if needed, depending on the number of lings that Bakaru makes. And another drone heading out. Where are we headed? Presumably to scout, since I'm going to assume he's not going to take a close base to Protoss. Maybe just now realizing that Protoss is there and going to head up a different direction, so this is intended to take that third hatch. And the probe in the main being quite obnoxious. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Probe got a kill. Oh, that's not good. That is never fun as the Zerg when Probe gets a kill. Never what you want to see. You see the third hatch is up for Bakuru. I think Gotunk is like B plus, A minus-ish. But Iowa probably knows for sure. Probe now getting chased out for Gotunk. And we see the cyber core is on the way. Second gas not yet taken. And a third hatchery going down for Bakuru. So we do see 4 hatcheries. And just droning up, starting to get gas now as well. Protoss has gone ahead and taken his gas. So he's going to take it right before the Stargate. And yeah, got the Citadel going down at the natural. See if he gets spin on this core next. Oh, they did actually go for the Citadel first, so I don't know. I don't think he's going to go for a super fast +1 timing attack. It wouldn't make sense to get the Citadel before starting your weapon speed if you're going to want to do that. Target on the way, about to finish here. And this drone just rallied out, or just, okay, just maynard over to the third base for Bakuru. So like at the moment, no sign of any weapons on the way, and no leg speed. Added the second cannon, so okay, we got an archive. So we're either going to see fast DT or something like that. That's what I predict. And there we go. Okay, now we've got +1 weapons coming from for the Corsairs. Okay, sorry. See that Hydra speed is about to finish, and should presumably be starting Hydra range here quite soon. Alright, we got, just heading into the wall, seeing what's up. We'll see a third cannon morphing in, as a whole bunch of Hydras coming on down. This is off of 4 hatcheries. So Protoss making the correct response, adding a few cannons there just to be sure that he is completely safe and won't just get busted by 4 hatch Hydra. Last year we were putting on just a little pressure, trying to set his Hydras up nicely to go ahead and apply pressure to that gateway and pick that up. Alright, so Dark Templar is out. Is he aware of it? I think he might be because he's pulling back all his stuff. Looks like that, yes, he is aware of that. Shoot the Corsairs! Attack the Corsairs! Corsairs are flying right over you. There we go. Nice job there. Finally firing with the Hydras, doing a little damage to those Corsairs. And a whole bunch more drones heading up towards the third base. Yeah, the numbers up there are definitely just regular APM. Definitely not EAPM. Just 1 Hydra here, so he's opting to continue to pick off more overlords. But more Hydras arriving now, needs to run away with the Corsairs. Alright, there we go. Getting out of there just in time. We see the lair. A couple idle drones here, and we do see that Bakuru is supply blocked. And does he have Hydras at his natural? Looks like he has a few to repel the Corsairs as well as the DT. Which it looks like it's knocking off. Looks like he's knocking off to opt to harass a whole lot with that Corsair. See another gateway going down. And just now, finally starting his weapons and his Citadel. Going to kind of use the DT for some light map awareness, light map control. And Bakiru is still a little bit on the block side. The Storm actually just now started too. So is he making fast Templar, or is he going for an Archon, or what? See that Bakiru is getting his Hydra Mass out, adding Evo Chamber, and going ahead and taking this fourth base back here. Yeah, that's exactly how it works. Yeah, he has a DT out. It almost died over here, but it just barely got away. There it is. I see 2 more gateways being added for our Protoss player. For Gotunk, that is. And maybe wanting to add a Robo. And now we got Lurker, another hatchery on the way, as well as the Spire. And Protoss actually adding a Robo here in the main, yes. So we'll be able to go ahead and get those obs out. And here come the Corsairs. Looks like there's enough Overlords, but he needs to get back in place, so there will be a hope for this DT. He's probably just going to go ahead and try to focus fires down here. There's way too many Hydras, and that DT easily getting focused away. So the DT finally eliminated and taken care of. Not a threat any longer. At least not that particular DT, to say the least. More pylons as well as a cannon being added to go ahead and cover this Stargate. See the Corsair mass beginning to grow bigger, and plus one's actually done. Actually go ahead and getting goon range now. Fourth base from Bakiru is up. Overlord just chilling over the base. So you had Ann getting his gas at third. No upgrades actually going yet though for Bakiru. Starting to also produce some Scourge. Try to deal with the Corsair fleet when it rolls out and starts being super obnoxious. The Protoss is continuing to just chill on 6 gateways. Needs to be careful with that Scourge. I think there's one Archon there. No, there's actually not. So the Scourge kind of have free reign of trying to get to these Corsairs. Just needs to be paying attention and make sure that he doesn't lose them for no reason. Alright, 1 score lands, and he actually does lose the Corsair. Not good at all. Very suboptimal. And another Corsair lands, hitting the lead Corsair. And more Scourge now realizing he has to run. He gets one of them. Can he get any more? It looks like the answer is no. But still a decent amount of damage. As even 1 Scourge is enough for Corsair to take whole damage. So now we see that Protoss is ready to go ahead and apply a little pressure onto Bakiru. So this applies 113 for Protoss and 110 for Bakiru as a bunch of lurkers get morphed in. And here we go, they are out. We'll see where Bakiru opts to set them up. As Protoss gets ready to move in, it looks like he might want to come and engage. Should not be leading so much with the Zealots. Doing a nice job there, finally getting the Zealots pulled back, and to go ahead and let the Dragoons attack first. Actually, that's a little more far in front than you'd like to see, and we see the Storm going off now on the Lurkers. A bunch of Hydras. Whoa, great Storms! Storms everywhere, almost over almost all of Bakiru's stuff, but still Bakiru has enough to hold, and is able to, or should be able to, clean up this army of Gotunk comfortably. As Pure Dragoons do not spare very favorably at all. And there we go, we got the flank coming in, Hydras from the other side, everything coming to clean this army up, and it looks like Gotunk will be handily cleaned up in this. See, now the supply is 83 for Bakiru, only 68 from Gotunk. Normally Gotunk makes Corsairs and does High Templar drop. assuming you're talking about Gotonk. And we do see a bunch of lings are on the way as well. Right now it's looking pretty good for our hero. Looking pretty good for him. Protoss is trying to establish a third base. Cannons are finally there. He was able to use that attack screen for the third base. Gotonk will not be a kryptonite in this game, hopefully, as he has a nice lead. Against 4-hatch Hydra, something is difficult. I don't know what you're referring to, but apparently something is difficult, I think is what you're saying. And we do see right now the Dragoons just kind of patrolling the middle. Pretty small army, though. It's a little scary maybe for him to be out there, because if he gets a big flank, that is not going to be fun. Oh, okay. Gotcha. And actually looks like Gotonk wants to try and get into this game by going ahead and taking a few more bases. And a BT in there as well to help. And a nice sick little lurker field set up there for Buckaroo. Be quite difficult. And it looks like the lings from it as well as the Hydras want to go ahead and start pouring down. Here, and he's going to move right for... which base are you going to go for? Is the army going to catch wind of it? Alright, they do catch wind of it, so it's on the way. There's actually no upgrades. No upgrades from Buckaroo. He's got no upgrades. Could be a little scary. His army is not going to scale too well as Protoss continues to get stronger and stronger. So... So we see him just kind of chilling here with his army. Not sure exactly what the game plan, what Buckaroo wants to do. Looks like maybe he wants to attack one of these bases, but I don't know if he's decided which one yet he's going to do. And here comes another Ling backstab. If you see the Templars, though, the Templars are vulnerable. Yeah, I thought he saw him, but maybe he didn't. Now just going ahead and going for a goon. And losing control of this army too, doesn't want to, but he is. And engaging at the bridge there with that beautiful setup for the Zealots. Not good at all for Buckaroo. And it's also a little bit unfortunate that Buckaroo doesn't seem to have... Alright, he's finally got Carapace. Did he have another Evo Shaver somewhere? Okay, there it is. There's one. Seed to fire mount is on the way. Consume as well. So actually now Gotonk has quite a few bases. And is trying to get an army together. We see the supply about 139 versus 144. So Gotonk is slightly more back in this game now and has a comfortable number of bases. Is almost at that point of splitting the map. So we'll see if Buckaroo decides to do something here to deal with this. Because really, as a Zerg, you don't usually want to get into a split map situation with a Protoss. And it looks like Gotonk is going to come on up. Needs to be careful of these rally points here, as these lings are just kind of idling their way into the Protoss army. There's the Defiler, a swarm going up, two nice swarms going up, getting some lurkers burrowed under that in case it's needed, and consuming to have more swarms. But now at this point, Protoss is really going to need to step back and need to stop using so many Dragoons, as they will be all too vulnerable. Once you get swarm out, and once there starts to be Ling Ultra, Dragoons just lose their effectiveness significantly. So we'll probably see a transition out of that into an Archon, Reaver, more gas-heavy type army. And Buckaroo, for the moment, seems content to just kind of sit in the middle of the map, nicely turtled. Not really opting to try to kill Protoss or do anything crazy, but just But just sitting there, just trying to take a few more bases. I don't know if that one lurker on the ramp will honestly be enough to stop this. I think Protoss will just go ahead and kill it off, as it is not enough. There we go. Okay, we're gonna have to cancel, 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 cancel it. Was not paying attention to it. Was unable to cancel it. And now we're just kind of waiting. This game is kind of split map, stalemate sort of situation right now. Neither player really wants to make a move at the other player. But actually, here we go. We got to drop. Oh, but it gets stormed. Oh my God, no! This is never what you want to do. It storms out. Everything that's dropping is inside the storm. So that was a complete fail drop there from Bakuru, unable to do anything, as Gotunk was 100% prepared for that. Did not work out the way he needed to. Few lanes there being left, but getting cleaned up with no problem. And whoa, we got shuttle action, speed shuttle action. Man, I really don't understand how any of you. This is so hard to see these shuttles on the minimap when they're brown. It's like the most least standout color. It's like a part of the map. We see Gotunk actually taking yet another base. And we got another drop up here in the main. Again, I don't know if it's doing huge damage, but it is definitely being annoying, and it did work out very well from last game. Picking up a random Templar here, and we'll see how much of his army. It looks like Gotunk is actually going for some sort of a counter, and Bakuru has got everything to go in first round. Although it looks like this time Gotunk has done a better job. He's left enough units back to actually go ahead and defend it, and wisely pulling back here as he realizes he was going to get absolutely flanked. Oh yeah, you can tell to be ready to kill. I just mean on the mini map as a perspective for. Oh, that's why you don't want to clump all your lurkers. All of them die in one shot. Not so good, but there's still a lot of stuff here from Bakuru as he tries to pour through this, and we see that he's completely maxed, and Gotunk has only 131 supply, so this is not a good spot. I'm trying to find where that shuttle went. There's the shuttle. With High Templar! So we'll see if Bakuru is ready for it. As it flies up, get ready to run your drones! Run your drones! Run them! No! No! Run the drones! Oh no! They're all dying to storm! Storm goes off, killing half the drones, and now finally notices but a pretty decent number of kills, clearing out most of the mineral line. And we see now the Scourge coming to try to deal with the shuttle, but it looks like a Andromeda, but it's not. Storm going off here, although not hitting much. A few hiders in the backfield maybe, trying to deal with this, but it's just to the point where Gotunk just has, despite having all these bases, he just doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. Cannot get units out fast enough to deal with Bakuru. And we see here another drop has cleaned up a lot on this base, and this is going to go down as well. So actually Gotunk losing this, and Gotunk is just losing his tenuous grasp on this game. Can probably hold this expansion for a while, but this one here is dead, and there's just not a whole lot to do. And here we go, trying to push out with another small army, but there's a lot of stuff here from Zerg, and Gotunk wisely again realizing he needs to go ahead and retreat from this, and in the meantime taking pot shots as they go behind there, trying to get out some Dragoons, which is a slightly interesting choice. As that is a whole lot of ultras for Bakuru. We got a DT in there somewhere, but I don't know how much damage it's going to do. Yeah. I don't know where'd the shuttle go. That shuttle, man. That shuttle. It's impossible to even look for it. And it looks like Bakuru decided to go ahead and retreat for just half a second while he gets more stuff. And we get to see, holy ultras. I mean, that is a lot of ultras, man. That is a lot of ultras. That is 6 ultras, or at least a control group. Maybe more. and a few lings also being produced, but we do see Bakuru has quite a bit of gas and quite a bit of and Gotunk is some units just kind of walking through ultras, which is never exactly what you want to try and have happen in the game. So the question is, will Bakuru try to barrel down any more bases, or what is his plan? He's going to try and barrel into the main with this tiny bit of protest units that are outside the front. That's what it looks like he may do. Alright, here we go. Bakuru coming in, charging right down on into the middle. While he does not yet have speed for his ultras done, probably really will be excited to have that, whereas the Ultraless Cavern is about halfway to it, actually, only unfortunately. And here we go, he's trying to bust the front. I just don't know if there's going to be enough stuff here, and it really doesn't look like there will, even if there is a little bit of an army over there, as all these Ultras is barreling down the front. There's a few High Templars here, but what can they really do against a huge number of Ultras link streaming in right now? There's just nothing to be done. Yeah, that lurker that was dropped over here did some work. And we see everything in the naturals raised. You can move in here and kill the gate soon, which is obviously a terrible situation for Gotunk because it means he'll have no production. And as much as I hate to say it, he's pretty much dead. Picking up his Reavers to try and defend in the main, but I really don't even know if those Reavers will be enough to do anything about it. Random High Templar coming out, one casting a storm. The Ultras now beginning to go ahead and attack the gateways. They also attack the zealot. You see even more stuff streaming in from Bakuru as the links just run straight into the Archon's, not really doing a whole lot, but Gotunk is out of army. Oh, and he gets surrounded on the Reaver, nice job there. But not quite able to kill it as the shuttles pick it up, so he's trying to do his best with the Reaver micro to defend and stay alive, but at this point I just think it's too little too late. See 105 to 141 supply. And I don't know, Gotunk is pretty much in trouble, guys. And this game is still going on, but Gotunk is just in a tough spot to play from. Yeah, that would have been nice if he had a few skirts he could get in there and just actually get rid of those shuttles and then force the Reavers to get left behind, because Gotunk is doing a nice job of utilizing those Reavers to defend expansions and attacks as needed. Now we see from Bakuru a completely different type of army, a Hydra-Ling little ball there in the center, as it looks like Gotunk is trying to get in position to defend this base here. So here we go, he's going to run into the army, he's going to go ahead and engage it. We'll see how he does with these storms, trying to spread the links a little bit, trying to target down the Archon. Gets off a decent plague though on a good bit of the army, and now some reinforcing Ultras coming in, and without the Archon support, they're nothing is going to do too well against these Ultras. Willie took off the Templar, nice job there. Yes, gets rid of all the Templar. Yep, he gets rid of all the Templar except for the ones already pre-morphed. And we do see also a lurker drop behind a natural, doing crazy damage all game long. Been doing damage with those lurker drops. See, the supply is 113 to 190 for Bakuru. So really, you know, Bakuru is still in like complete control of this map. He's got so much stuff he can just throw at his opponent anytime he wants. We wait for the concluding factor in this game here. Gotunk continuing to try and build an army, but I don't know if he has the gas. Doesn't have a whole lot. This does not seem to have a lot of Archons like he needs to play against this. Not a whole lot to make storm with either. Finally, we see an Archon morphing. And it looks like Bakuru is going to go for an attack and try to barrel right into this base here, and he is casting up the swarms, doing a nice job of that. Could really use one more though to surround those cannons, so to get into the Reaver that much easier, but not able to do that yet. A plague goes off though, plagues the Nexus, plays the cannon.